Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome back to Watching Chickies. Now here on day 145 of our broadcast, and Watching Chickies is the daily live stream here on Reddit and later YouTube about the lives and development of these three young chickens. Quite the exciting little morning this morning. We had an oil delivery, which got Mr. Stormy a little bit riled up. He was standing up there watching them just put all of these sort of hoses across our lawn, and he was a little bit perturbed. He brought his head up so high, trying to show how big a boy he was. We got Braveheart here on my knee, just doing a little bit of preening right now. Her comfy little perch that she likes to establish pretty early on when I get into a room. And then Miss Kagome is just doing a little bit of preening right next to the water. Mr. Stormy definitely has kind of a bit of a preference towards Miss Kagome these days for mating. I think it's a little bit easier for him to mate with Kagome than it is Braveheart, who is a bit bigger than him. I think he might be a little bit intimidated by that. But the chickens are doing well. You see Kagome just rubbing her head against her oil gland there, and just spreading those natural oils all about her feathers. Another little layer of protection there. Whereas Braveheart's just doing a little bit more preening directly to her feathers. She's taking her beak, just working out through all of the feathers, going through any sort of like dead or dried skin, trying to find if any of the feathers are just damaged, and just checking them out there. Now her perch is a little bit precarious because one of her legs was just right on my knee there and sliding off, but she can maintain her balance pretty well with even just one foot, as you can see as she adjusts. Yeah. Now, when your chicken is preening, that's not a good time to interrupt them. Like if you go to give them a pat while they're preening, they will most likely not appreciate it. So just let them do what they're doing, let them finish their cleaning, and then you can always give them a little cuddle afterwards. And then you get commentary by little roosters like Mr. Stormy over there. Oh, and she's talking to me for a bit. There we go, there we go. Hey there. What? What? You're talking to me? Yeah. Are you done preening? Yeah? Ooh, she's sitting down. She's feeling nice right now. And memento mori, good afternoon there. Hope you're having a lovely day. We just have a couple more days of 2020 now. And the chickies enter 2021. And hopefully it's a good year for us all. Oh, Stormy is just kind of watching the girls as they do a bit of preening right now. He got a little bit perturbed by the people delivering the oil for the heat. And yeah, our chickens are quite sweet. Definitely cuddly, as we can see Braveheart right here in my lap. She does like to just kind of jump up here. Kagome's tail feathers are looking nice. She's got them kind of spread out a bit more and in a bit of a fan shape right now. She's still able to hold them up quite well. And yes, Stormy takes his, duties as watch chicken quite seriously. Don't you, my boy? Hey, Stormy. Mr. Stormy. Yeah? You do know your name. I see that little flash of your head when I say it. You're like, what? What? What are you saying? I just made a little noise as he heard Lauren moving around upstairs. Christmas dinner. So That's going to be in just a... tomorrow, Lauren and I are going to be getting supplies to have a sort of like a Japanese style New Year's meal. So we might I think we might have a slightly later broadcast. It all depends on the traffic for coming back from the store. Because we do drive to a very nice market in sort of like Edgewater, New Jersey, called Mitsuwa. Quite a brilliant place. There you go, Mr. Stormy. What, did you want a cuddle from Dad? Yeah? No? Confused? Sleepy? Or are you just a little bit stressed out from before with the oil delivery? Yeah? Ooh, he's a quiet boy compared to before. Oh, and Sumizome Blossom. Well, I hope your sushi was very, very good. Maybe I might have some sushi tomorrow. That would be quite a nice change of pace. It's been too long since I've had some good sushi. Maybe I'll get a few good rice balls to bring back home. I think we're probably going to be making a little bit of yakitori soon. So that should be nice. There we go. Oh, settling in so nice. You are such a lovely chicken there, Braveheart. You are, you are. And what's that? You are a very nice little rooster as well there, Stormy. But you know, it's Braveheart. She's the one that jumps right into my lap like this. And yes, Sweet Catastrophe, they are a little bit quiet today, but that's because they had a little bit of a fuss when it came to the oil delivery. They had a few arguments amongst themselves. Stormy tried to alert us to the presence of new people in our yard. And this is kind of like their cool down time right now. Oh, and Jack Dawson UK. Well, I can say that. Oh my, oh my. Oh dear, oh dear. There you go. And none of our chickens can do a flip, but they can kind of jump into our laps. They're good at navigating their cubbies, going to the window there. They're good at balancing on my shoulder. Well, except Stormy. He's not very good at balancing on a shoulder. He tries, bless him, but, you know, he's much more of a lap chicken than anything else. Braveheart's favorite place is kind of on my knee like this, though she can also go onto my shoulder if need be. That's usually our method of going outside to our outdoor coop. Yeah, it's been too cold for Miss Braveheart to go outside lately. She's have to be here in the warmth. That we have been supplementing their light with UV lights, so that helps for any sort of missed sunlight that they get. But they do have the window as well to see the sun. There you go. I wish we could bring you out a little bit more often, but it's just so cold these days for you guys. And it's such a change, because you guys were born in the summer, and now you're experiencing your first winter. And you don't know how to deal with that. Is that just how the world is? Did the summer of your youth just fade away, and now winter is here to stay? Now you chickies will be glad to hear that spring will eventually come in nice and clear. Oh, Mr. Stormy's doing his little dance for Miss Kagome. No, I don't think she appreciates it from that little display there. Yeah, Miss Kagome. I do like when she fluffs up her feathers like that, because it's like she has a little mane. Oh, Mr. Stormy's looking at the food over there. He got excited when he Probably saw a few cranberries or something within the feed that we have. You gonna go in for a meal there, Mr. Stormy? Oh, and sweet catastrophe. We have an oil heater for the house. So we need to get oil deliveries occasionally. So they put out, the oil truck comes in, and then they put out hoses that lead to the oil furnace, our oil container, and then there's a bit of a noise that happens when they're loading up the oil that can sound a little bit intimidating to 3 little chickens. And yeah, that was all. Yes, guys, yes. That's the edge of your feeder right there. What do you want to do? You want to tear it all down? No, no, no. You should just have a meal by putting your head in there like Miss Kagome did. Yes, Mr. Stormy, yes, I see you there. I see your flap, flap, flap. You know, the relationship with their feeder is progressing. Braveheart seems the most confident with it, but Kagome is also pretty good. Stormy, he is good in short measures with the feeder. Oh, there we go. So the girls are enjoying the bits and pieces in there. We actually threw a few smaller little crumbs and bits that they left from their cranberry and pecan bread. So they like picking out those bits as well. Whoa, that's the sound Mr. Stormy made. Oh, don't be upset. Daddy's not making fun of you. Daddy's not making fun of you. Daddy's appreciating you for the sounds that you make, my little one. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, and oil heaters are pretty common here in the United States, especially here in the Northeast. I prefer to get something like a geothermal heater, but you know, that costs a lot of money to kind of install. So, you know, one day save up and get something like that instead. That would be nice. What do you think? Make a lot. Yeah. I'm just having a little cuddle time with Mr. Stormy here. He's a bit of a big boy these days. I think in a couple weeks we're going to have his sort of regularly scheduled bath. Lauren and I had a sort of discussion, and we think that Stormy probably needs a bath for his feet at least kind of like once a month, whether he wants it or not, because he does get a little bit of a mess down there at times. He's not as good about cleaning his feet. Any new eggs today? I have not spotted any. Oh, there you go, Mr. Stormy. Let's see, any new eggs? Nothing there, nothing there. Nothing there. And no new eggs today. It could be possible that we could get some eggs a little bit later. Oh, and in Chicago, yeah, in Chicago you probably have some older houses with oil heating. It's a bit of a yearly struggle to get a new sort of arrangement for oil delivery services. Yeah, I'd much prefer something like geothermal, maybe like attached with a few solar panels. That would be nice. What? You know, I really wish we could get natural gas, but we don't have any natural gas lines running through our street, so we don't have that as an option in our area. I think there is one street over, and we were told that if we wanted to get attached to that natural gas line, we would need to pay $70,000. That's 7 with 4 zeros to get the line extended to our property. Kagome, actually, we have seen her a couple of times sit on eggs. So we think she might actually be a good little chicken to try to hatch some of the eggs. So come the beginning of March, when we're trying to hatch them, we will try to see if she sits on them. If she doesn't, we'll probably have to get an incubator if we want to, you know, have our try our hands at getting some new chickies. There are pros and cons to that. The pro to it is, you know, they probably would be quite closely bonded to us, like these chickens. The con to it would be that the new chickens would probably have a harder time integrating into our little flock because they hadn't been hatched with them. And then they didn't develop that sort of like mother-child relationship with each other. So, yeah. We're also going to be careful to see how Stormy reacts to new little chickies. Oh, Miss Kagome, what is it? Do you want to cuddle? Or do you just want to march around? What, did you want a pine nut? Miss Kagome likes pine nuts. There we go. Oh, Miss Kagome loves pine nuts. Oh, yes you do. Oh my. Yeah? Oh my. There you go, Miss Kagome. Have all the... There you go. Taking her share as well. There we go, everyone. What? Have some more. She's really talking to us. Oh, I put some on the ground and Stormy's quite happy. I do like how the pine nuts kind of crumble for them as they go along. Good job, little Stormy. Good job. Little chuckle clocks there. There we go. So hopeful PA 62. Right here in gray, Stormy is a rooster. He is a silky rooster. I know, Miss Kagome, I know. Pine nuts, exciting. And Stormy has mated successfully with both of our girls. We found fertilized eggs from both of them. And yeah, they have done pretty well as a little flock so far. And thank you, Bloomer Zammer, for that little compliment there. Yeah, well, if Nat Geo ever needed another voiceover person, I'd be happy to oblige. You know, at the moment, it's nice to just kind of watch these three little chickens go day by day through their lives. They are probably some of the most well-documented little chickens on the internet. They have occasionally eaten grass. Some of their favorite sort of greens from the lawn tend to be dandelion greens and clovers. They go wild over that. Yeah, are you guys heading for a sand bath next? All of them do have names, and brown and gold. We have our onagadori hen named Kagome. The onagadori is an endangered breed of chicken from Japan that has tail feathers that can grow out to be more than 20 feet in length. We have our ayam cemeni hen named Braveheart. The ayam cemeni come from Southeast Asia. They have hyperpigmentation, which means her black coloration goes all the way down to her bones. And then we have our little silky rooster named Stormy. And Stormy is our one and only little rooster. The silky breed are covered in these really fuzzy fur-like feathers their whole lives. And he's quite the joyful little fellow. And since all three of these guys, even though that they're different breeds, they can interbreed because they're all chickens when all is said and done. So Stormy fertilizes the eggs from the girls by mating with them. That is one of his jobs as the rooster of the flock. He's actually mated with the girls live on the stream before. He's pretty crazy about mating these days. Oh, hello there, Miss Braveheart. Wanted to go see Dad again? There you go, there you go. What? Oh, you just wanted to sit on my lap? Okay. She gave me a little peck there to say, no, 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 I don't want pets. I just want to sit on your lap. I love all the little noises that Stormy makes. Oh, and Hopeful PA 62, they still produced eggs even when Stormy wasn't mating with them. So chickens can and will make unfertilized eggs if roosters aren't around, because eggs are basically chicken periods. It's part of the natural part of just being a hen. They will produce eggs for a few years of their life, and then they will go through the chicken equivalent of menopause. If a rooster does not fertilize her eggs, they will all be unfertilized, but if a rooster is present, you have the possibility for baby chicks in your future. And Harry MGG, thank you for the Wholesome Award there. Much appreciated. Hello, Miss Braveheart. These days, Miss Braveheart's eggs, maybe like 50% of them are fertilized, whereas almost all of Kagome's eggs, well, pretty much all of them these days, are fertilized. Stormy has been showing a bit of a preference towards Miss Kagome, and that often happens in flocks like this. A rooster can kind of declare a sort of favorite hen, and then, they occasionally mate with others. I think Braveheart is more than okay with this state of affairs, because I think Miss Kagome at times gets a little bit tired of how often Stormy wants to mate. They often just kind of waggle their tail feathers when they are just kind of adjusting themselves. You can see it often after they've puffed themselves up when they get a little bit indignant or just a little bit annoyed with each other. When they're happy, they can make some happy noises. They could come in for a cuddle. There's a variety of things they can do. That's a few happy noises from Stormy there. I like to call it his chuckle clucks. But it's also his way of tidbitting, of telling the girls that he has found a lovely piece of food, and he just wants to share it with them. And I'll be damned, thank you for the It's Cute award. And Stormy does have a little mating there, kind of doing too much of effectiveness for the girls. But, he keeps trying. Oh, then the weirdo on Reddit. Well, I hope your 6 chickens are just doing spectacularly. I am probably going to be signing off in a few minutes to do a little bit more help for our lunch today. We're having my sister over and having some vegetarian food with her. My sister is a vegetarian, and maybe she might even visit the little chickies when we're done with our meal. My sister isn't all that comfortable with birds. It's a fact that I only learned recently. So she hasn't been too cuddly with the chickens, though she has actually watched them from afar, and she appreciates them. But it might take her a little while to get past this sort of fear that she has of birds. So orangutan monkey, we have 3 different breeds of chicken here. We have here in gray our silkie rooster named Stormy. In brown and gold, we have our onagadori hen named Kagome. And over there in black, we have our ayam cemeni hen named Braveheart. And Stormy, he's definitely filling out a bit. He is taking his role as a rooster quite seriously. And he could even raise his head further than this, I saw, when the people were delivering our oil today. And Memento Mori, yes, this is my sister that was living in Edinburgh. She came back recently to the States a couple months ago now. Is it a couple months now? Time is just dilating so much in 2020. It might only be a month at this point. I know it's before the recent lockdown and before the new strain of COVID became known. Luckily, my sister hasn't caught COVID. She's been quite careful and lucky. And yeah, she's just here for the next few months at least. So hopefully she has a good time here in the Connecticut winter. Well, at the moment they're kind of eating, so I don't want to pick them up. I like to kind of leave them to themselves while they're eating. When you have pets, you know, it should always be kind of a nice little bit of almost private time when they're eating. They need to feel safe, they need to feel secure. You don't want them to feel like, you know, you can just steal their food, because that can make them really paranoid. I want them to feel completely at ease. It is dry outside today. Unfortunately, it is still quite chilly. You might be able to see that the actual leaves out there are kind of dotted with frost. So it's a very chilly day for the chickens. I don't think they'd be able to go outside for more than a few minutes. I need to do a little project outside where I install a heater into their coop, because until then I really don't feel comfortable leaving them outside for too long. And I just got a message, so I think I'm gonna go head upstairs. I'm gonna help Lauren a bit more with our preparations today. And I'd like to thank you all for joining us for today's Watching Chickies. If you've enjoyed this content, feel free to check out our YouTube page called Watching Chickies, where we have collected all of these streams and a few bonus episodes. There's a link to that in my profile. And we will be back tomorrow, probably a little bit later than usual if the traffic is bad. So I'd probably be on the lookout maybe around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And yes, so to all our old friends and new, exactly, Memento Mori, have a lovely day. And we will see you all again soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.